And they're off. Moncrief and pit stop man firing out first. Back in the woods on the outside is on the chase. And between horses, sure going to be fast. Laddie Dance in the second flight. Chase Pink Silks at the rail. Another three back. Camp David is trailing the field. Moncrief's the speed. Moncrief to catch. Leads at a length and a half just off the inside. Laddie Dance riding that rail. Then it's Shogun Be Fast. Outside is back in the woods. Pit stop man suddenly shuffled to second to last position as they round the far turn, and trailing is Camp David. Moncrief still up top. Moncrief back in the woods, bids on the outside, and Laddie Dance fully ridden from third position, still right there. Another four back to pit stop man, has got seven to make up. Moncrief turns in. Moncrief at the top of the stretch with a 3-length advantage from back in the woods and Laddie Dance. They brush just a little bit, those two. Then to the outside is pit stop man. Moncrief still strong at the 3/16. Moncrief, Laddie Dance trying hard on the inside. Pit stop man toward the center, then back in the woods. Moncrief looking for that Laurel wire. Leads it by some 3 lengths. Laddie Dance still willing on the inside. Bridging the gap late. Here comes Laddie Dance on the inside. Moncrief just holding Laddie Dance. Moncrief wins by a head from Laddie Dance. Pit stop man back in the woods fourth. Minute 13.05. 58.40, 56.40 dollar try, dollar superfecta 104.80. Moncrief all the way for Ben Robbed Racing. Troy Robb trainer, Jevy and Toledo jockey. 5-year-old Big Gelding by Golden Sense. Toledo jockey. 5-year-old Big Gelding by Golden Sense. Out of Hey Kitty 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 by and they're off. Joe the Jet gets the first call out of the starting gate. Mr. Bogan is sent up there for early speed to try to contest. On the inside is Top Blood right up close to in third position as they move to the main portion of the track. Then Shooter has got to shoot at the orange cap, now taking the fourth spot. Roll on Jesse. Then back to Mugatu second to last, and My Imagination is trailing the field. Top Blood goes on with its speed on the inside. Top Blood is the leader from Joe the Jet in second. On the outside, Shooter has got to shoot in good range of that leader from third. On the inside, Mr. Bogan is next in fourth. Mugatu and Roll on Jesse side by side. There's 7 lengths from the speed. And trailing the field is My Imagination. Into the far turn, and it's Top Blood, the leader. Joe the Jet there on the outside to try to press the issue now. Joe the Jet, Top Blood head to head for the lead. Shooter's got to shoot, and on the inside, Mr. Bogan. They're followed by Mugatu midway on the turn. It is Joe the Jet, Top Blood down to the inside, still battling together. Mr. Bogan trying to reel them in from third. Then Shooter's got to shoot his fourth. Mugatu's out wide. Then back to Roll on Jesse, My Imagination. Turning for home, Joe the Jet is the leader. Top Blood is under pressure. Here's Mr. Bogan moving and driving to second spot. Between horses, Roll on Jesse starting to move on as well. They've got 3/60 left to run. Joe the Jet is the leader. Joe the Jet, Mr. Bogan on the inside. Roll on Jesse. Out center of the track is Mugatu. Some late kick. And down to the 16th pole. Second wire finish. It's Joe the Jet. Joe the Jet from Mr. Bogan on the outside. Mugatu. Joe the Jet and Yeds at Hazelwood to do it. Mr. Bogan was second and Mugatu. By Hugh McMahon. Brendan Maryland by Mr. and Mrs. Charles McGinnis. 4-year-old Big Gelding by Force the Pass. Out of it till there was Free cost too much. And they're off. Free cost too much was slow to go. Baltic very fast out of there from Summer in the Country. Here's Never Worked a Day. In third, right off the pair, three from the front. Bench Boy on the inside. Then Farouk and Trilling. Free cost too much. Baltic against the rail leading the way, pressed by Summer in the Country on the outside. So it's Baltic the head in front from Summer in the Country, who's eager on the pace as well. Another three back, and it's Bench Boy in third. Never Worked a Day out of the clear in fourth position. Now five off of speed, and Farouk and Free Cost Too Much is trailing the field. Into the turn, and Summer in the Countries. Given the rain to go on, Summer in the Country. 3 furlongs from home. Back second is Baltic. And here's Never Worked a Day, trying to unwind from third, just above the quarter pole. Farouk is fourth. And back to Bench Boy and trailing the field, Free Costs Too Much. Top of the stretch, Summer in the Country, leading the way and put to a drive. Never Worked a Day on the outside, comes up to even terms. Now maybe a nose in front with 1 furlong left to go. Summer in the Country in the battle with Never Worked a Day. Never Worked a Day, just a neck in front as they're close to home. Yeds at Hazelwood and Never Worked a Day. And the driving Summer in the Country, who's trying hard but Never Worked a Day's got it 3 parts of a length. Summer in the Country tight third. Baltic or Farouk. Minute 13.64. Never Worked a Day is a 3-year-old big gelding by Irish War Cry out of Celtic Katie by Possum. They're off. Sweet Shenanigans with a good break. Here's Prosecco Rita. Prosecco Rita, the favorite from Sweet Shenanigans, taken back a bit. And Savor, it's sent up on the inside from third. 5 lengths back, and it's Royalties Riches and Noble Status ridden along in the back. 8 lengths off Prosecco Rita, who clears by 2 from Sweet Shenanigans, the closest one. 1.5 lengths, and Savor it is third, then another 2.5. Royalties Riches and Noble Status now drops about a dozen lengths off of Prosecco Rita, who strolls into the far turn. But Sweet Shenanigans not giving up the chase and coming once again with a bit on the outside with 3 furlongs left to go. Prosecco Rita Janek in front. Sweet Shenanigans right there to challenge as they pass the 5/16 pole, a gap of 8 lengths. Savor it, drops back, and it followed by Royalties, Riches, and Noble Status. They race for home now. Sweet Shenanigans and Prosecco Rita down to the inside. Skirmish together. Let's see what Prosecco Rita has. Does she have response down to the inside? Yes, she does. Prosecco Rita. Prosecco Rita, 1 furlong left to go. Sweet Shenanigans put a scare into Prosecco Rita, but she's digging in gamely. Prosecco Rita and Sheldon Russell are coming home in a good-looking score. Prosecco Rita, game winner from Sweet Shenanigans, and Noble Status picks up third. Savor at fourth. Minute 12.76. Late scratches of 4, Constellation double 360, 4-2 double $5, pick 3 640. 1 mile second finish. And they're off. Work hard with a good break, along with Daddy Yankee on the outside. And Big Ton 10 is right there with early speed. As they move down the backstretch, Strategist now up to take the lead from between horses. Strategist and Jevion Toledo up front with an opening for a long and a half. Strategist leads, now almost 2 lengths from Big Ton 10. And Mike the Bomb third on the inside. Amazing Bernie is in fourth. Daddy Yankee settles in on the outside in good striking range. About the 3 or 4 path, only 5 lengths from a speed up ahead. On the inside is Speedy Alex. Work Hard is in between horses as they move for the far turn run. Mortal Sin racing on the outside, and Lucked In will have to pass them all. Lucked In trailing the field into the far turn run. Strategist at a good pace. Big Ton 10 to try to challenge, and Daddy Yankee on the chase from third. So as Big Ton 10 and Strategist hook up with 3.5 furlongs left to go. Daddy Yankee's 2 lengths back of them, and Work Hard is driven now about 7 from the front, trying to get motivated. Amazing Bernie is next. Then Speedy Alex has 10 to make up. They race to the top of the stretch. Big Ton 10, Strategist on the inside, doing battle right together. Work Hard trying to reel them in. Here's Work Hard to the center of the track from third position as they move with a 1/4 mile left to go. Big Ton 10, Strategist, Work Hard, Daddy Yankee on the far outside. Speedy Alex in between horses, just at an even clip. It's Big Ton 10, 1 furlong left to go. Big Ton 10. Big Ton 10 is 9-1. Big Ton 10 3-length lead as they're close to home. Work Hard clearly second. Daddy Yankee is third. It's going to be tighter for fourth. Amazing Bernie on the inside. Big Ton 10. Alamun Hazat by Daher. Bred in Kentucky by Morrow Bloodstock. And they're off to the juvenile. Code of Silence broke poorly at the back of the pack. No early speed as usual. And Sometime is going out first from Big Bolton. Sometime Big Bolton, Hell of a Hillbillies right there in between horses, and Worker Bee on the inside. Worker Bee sent up for early speed and has an inviting opening on the inside of Sometime. So Worker Bee engaging Sometime early, and it's Big Bolton outside with the pace in third position. Our Day Will Come racing in fourth. Hell of a Hillbilly back in fifth on the inside. Tartable is well settled, about 6 or 7 lengths off the speed. Heading into the turn, GQ Worthy is followed by Jigger, and Code of Silence improves a spot. Heading into the far turn, Code of Silence about 10 lengths off the pace. Far turn run, honest clip for Worker Bee on the inside, pushed by Sometime there on the outside at a 3 wide. Big Bolton right there looming up. Another 4 lengths back, and Tartables into action from fourth while ridden along. GQ Worthy, Hell of a Hillbilly is next. Code of Silence out wide toward the quarter pole. Our Day Will Come, and Jigger trailing the field. Top of the stretch, they make the turn in at the 360. Big Bolton up to challenge now. Big Bolton, Sometime, Worker Bee on the inside. And then it's Tartable next, center of the track. Code of Silence is trying to reach with some late run. GQ Worthy gets a good split in between horses, several chances. Down to the last 16th of a mile, Tartable. And on the side is Code of Silence. On the inside there, digging in is GQ Worthy. Here's Code of Silence who pulls it off in a photo finish. GQ Worthy, Tartable in tight late. Then it was Sometime in a thriller in the juvenile. In the off. Indy charges on Elda Larry, firing up with early speed. So Indy charges on into the turn run. Elda Larry there, trying to press early. Then it's three back. Hank's Divining Rod, Koru Rail. Rhythm and Blues, three deep turn. McLean's Rook settles about 7 off of speed. Back to Super Accelerate and Whiskey in the Jarro. Whiskey in the Jarro last. Has about 20 lengths to make up, maybe a little more. Racing around that turn, solid pace going as Indy charges on, fired up with the lead. Elda Larry keeping that one company every step of the way as he moved past the 6 furlong mark. It's 4 lengths back. Hank's Divining Rod is third. Length and a half. Rhythm and Blues is in fourth. Here's McLean's Rook on the inside, fifth. Now trying to edge to fourth position. In the meantime, Indy charges on, gets away from Elda Larry. The pace has been rock solid. Indy charges on, a fired up pace. Leads by 2.5 from Elda Larry. Now McLean's Rook has to run on from third position. Rhythm and Blues is in fourth. Hank's Divining Rod has dropped back as they head into the far turn. Whiskey in the Jarro. Super Accelerate, Koru trailing the field. 3/8 of a mile to go, and it's Indy charges on. Elda Larry's on that hot chase, and McLean's Rook is trying to pick up from third position. McLean's Rook now draws within 4 lengths of Indy charges on as Elda Larry's keeping that heat on every step of the way, and McLean's Rook loves that, is sweeping up 3 wide. Here comes McLean's Rook. So it is Indy charges on. McLean's Rook, they hook up at the top of the lane together at the 3/16 pole. McLean's Rook with the momentum from Indy charges on as they move to the final furlong. Elda Larry's trying to hang on to third, is clearly third at this stage. And on the inside, Rhythm and Blues and Super Accelerate. It's McLean's Rook and his Mario Villalobos. They're flashing home and widening with each and every stride to win by a half dozen. Indy charges on, and then close third, Elda Larry, Rhythm and Blues. Official. $2 exact $11.40, $25.90 try. Dallas Superfecta $60.90, double $18.40, pick 335 even. Kingdom, bred in Maryland by Determined Stud. In the gate. And they're off with the juvenile filly. Just filtered on the outside, wasting no time at all with speed. Project Maximus down to the inside, runs right with that one. I got 2 lengths early, and a Superstitious will set up shop on the outside of the clear. Doc's Miracle and Tacit Value in between horses. Project Maximus sets the tempo. Project Maximus by 3 parts of a length from Just Filtered in second. Superstitious getting a bit closer from third. And then it's Doc's Miracle on the inside fourth, just 3 or 4 lengths off of Project Maximus. And Tacit Value is last of the fillies, heading into the far turn. 4 furlongs left to go, and it's been a solid pace out there for Project Maximus. 23-1 for the opening quarter mile. In the meantime, is Just Filtered is keeping that heat on, and Superstitious is gradually edging up, while 3 wide in the track as they round the far turn. 3 of them almost in a line. Doc's Miracle is fourth right off the trio as they pass the 5/16 now, and Tacit Value trailing the field. Top of the stretch, they make the turn for home. Just Filtered, Superstitious on the outside. They hook up together. Out toward the center of the track there is Doc's Miracle, who is third. About 3/16 of a mile left to run, and Just Filtered has a little more under J.G. Torrealba. Superstitious trying hard to get by her, but it is Just Filtered by 3. Just Filtered close to home. Superstitious another try on the outside. Just Filtered and the juvenile filly to win by a couple of lengths from Superstitious. Third, Doc's Miracle, and then Tacit Value. Minute 26.02. Trombetta with back-to-back wins here at Laurel Park this afternoon. Just filtered a 2-year-old Bay filly by Great Notion. And they're off. Knit Witness. She's Not a Lad with early speed, and Beautiful McLean there on the outside. So it's She's Not a Lad. Knit Witness down to the inside. Take it back just a bit. Try to save something. Outside is Beautiful McLean in third. Dancehall Diva inside in fourth. Then back to Zeta Jones and Feel the Bolt. And last is Zen Dreams. Racing to the back stretch. It is She's Not a Lad just in front. Knit Witness there to her inside every step of the way. Heading on for the turn. 4.5 furlongs left to run. Beautiful McLean is in third. Feel the Bolt to the outside in fourth. Dance Hall Diva is next. Then Zeta Jones and Zen Dream still last and has to pick it up. Into the far turn. Knit Witness just in front from She's Not a Lad has tried to counterattack again. Another 3 back, and it's Beautiful McLean. Feel the Bolt is in fourth. Zeta Jones, Dance Hall Diva ridden along, giving way, and Zen Dreams is trailing the field. Racing toward the top of the stretch, 1/4 mile left to go. She's Not a Lad, Knit Witness down to the inside. They've skirmished together since the gates open, and they're still together as they turn for home. Upper stretch, Knit Witness at the rail. She's Not a Lad not quite by yet, and doesn't have it sealed up because Knit Witness is driven on the inside. Knit Witness to head in front. Here comes Beautiful McLean, who's trying to pick them up and catch them napping. Beautiful McLean. Beautiful McLean and the X-Man. Beautiful McLean bounds away, though shifting in just a tad, but in front at the end from Knit Witness second. Then She's Not a Lad. Late runs Zen Dreams from last. Close there. Minute 28:25. Kentucky by Hillendale Equine Holdings Incorporated. 3-year-old dark bear brown filly, Beautiful McLean by McLean's Music. Out of Love in Tokyo by Tis Now. $181.66. Maiden score for Beautiful McLean was Xavier Perez, owned by Twin Oaks Bloodstock LLC.